I don't know what the fuck just happened. Let me reopen Discord. Jesus Christ, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, we're apparently we're back up, so sorry about that. That was downright strange. To explain to you guys what just happened, as I was chatting and doing my stuff, literally my screens started flickering and they weren't really working. My lights were flickering a bit because there has been storms here. And everything just kind of crashed. My PC was still running, but like the screens were all black, and then I shut it down, I forced shut it down. I started back up, and it the fans on my graphics card were running really, really high, they were really fast. It wasn't working right. And then I had to shut it down again, shut the PC off, restart and reopen everything because something got broken. Also, hi Molly. I don't know what just happened there, but yeah, that was probably thunderstorms. They're supposed to be over by now. They're not supposed to be happening right now. That's supposed to be done with. I'm gonna go check that right now. That should be done with. That should not be happening right now. Yeah, it's clear over me. What the fuck is this? Ghost of Goldacre. Yeah, apparently Aglaya killed my PC. We were talking to Aglaya's ghost. She was giving final instructions, and then my PC just died. Well, sorry about that. On YouTube, that's probably going to be very obnoxious because it's just literally cut it in half and I had to recreate an entire new stream for that. That was something, and not at all what I wanted to happen. Was it maintenance of the storms? Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's see. I need to go open up the this. Where's the this? There it is. I can see. I can actually look at chat on another thing. Alright, let's see. Where the fuck were we before Aglaya got cut off? The trap was only sent by Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways, but my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city. You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal. That is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer. But I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by a golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately, to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and snuck their fangs into my heels, that's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows. The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Akama still has you to guide them, Finan. You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your own way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors, unconditionally. That might be what sets our Skyfather Kefali apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world bearer of Amphorius, the gate to Amphorius' future. Go complete the flame-chased journey of the prophecy. Ignite the stars and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the west wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create. Aglaya, how could I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands? Don Hong, can you do me a favor? Whatever I can help with, just say the word. Please deliver a message to Lord Kratos. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Crimnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Memorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns with the Holy City's future and the flame-chased journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Amphorius the seeds of hope. Yeah. Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare. Sup, Cartonus? Cartonus has arrived. Cartonus? What brings you to Memorial Palace? I plan to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent? How you're holding up, I wanted to see. Better than I expected, you see. There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still going strong. Right, your assessment is. Now here, take this. Oh. Notice how it resembles the Flame Reaver's sword. In fact, let's do a comparison. Let's see. Let's go look this up right now. Flame Reaver Honkai. Images. Where's the image of him? Come on, I know there's another picture. Yeah, notice that right there. It's not just the same sword. That's fucking identical. That's straight up just the same fucking sword. Except the little, like, thing here is slightly different. But, like, yeah. That's this. So he is Kevin. He's definitely Kevin. Dawnmaker, the name I've chosen for it. Before dawn, prepare for battle. For tomorrow, wield your sword. If it's your stature, it does, Chrysos heir. Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad swordmaster, yet you've recreated this so precisely just from what I described. Well, I guess my comparison wasn't off. Seems I had a reason to do that, as it turns out. So he deliberately asked for this. Let's see, let's close out this stuff. Imbued it with the power of dawn I already have. Guided by your will, gleam with golden flames its flame will. I held my tongue because they explain it, yeah. Literally, the moment I draw attention to it, the game also does that. This has happened how many times now since we started doing this? Wield it. May triumph always be yours. Thank you, Cartonus. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Amphorius. Another thing there is. Oh. What's this? Stored here, the remnants of Aglaya's divinity are. This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen. Can she still hear us? It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you, always. I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago. But when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now, leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny, she would surely smile. It's funny your stream picks up Discord, because I hear it's ping. It's your server that I hear the ping on stream. I'm like, wait, who's pinging me now? Yeah, I had the same thought too. I'm like, what is this ping? But it's my own server pinging me. I could turn that off. That absolutely could be a thing. It's because I'm doing like desktop audio. I'm not doing the actual window for it because I find that to be too troublesome. If I did it just as like this, you would never hear that. But yeah. Alright, let's see what's got to be said here. How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver? Look, Lord Finan's here. Will he step up to lead Akama? Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I think people who get triggered over pings and lose their shit need to get over it. I feel a little called out because I do get annoyed by pings. Yes. Streamlabs is pinging you guys. Actually, I think I do normally have streamer mode enabled, but for whatever reason it didn't enable this time. Why did that not enable? Huh. Weird. That's usually enabled. Very strange. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Crisis Heir's flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, torn apart their character and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterwards, there wasn't even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from the very purpose that led me to the flame chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide, to strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, which I also looked at. A tool of control, cipher seas, but no one can deny that it was Aglaya who held this city, and even the shattered world, together. Now she is gone, yes, as you have heard. The demon of Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen. Who murdered Lady Goldweaver? I mean, we know exactly who did this. It was Kindness. Find the murderer. Make them pay. We already know who did. We already know. I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound the city have unraveled, and no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers: unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss. Finan has a way with words. Be quiet, listen carefully. There's nothing special about a man of letters. That's such a weird way to say that, Stella. If it were me up there, I could do it too. I like this weird statement. That's such a weird way to phrase that. Indeed. The Flame Chase journey is nearing its end, with only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer, Aquila. Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself. Let me bear witness, even without the divine authority of romance, Akama will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind people foretold in prophecy. A better people. Whoop! 5-star pull, let's go! Better people. Why does my Hyacinth have a death wish? Yeah. They all have to die eventually, though. This is kind of a given. I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaya left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world, to bear the burden of creation. I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. We will not forget the past as we move forward, for the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the holy city for a millennium. She was Akama's dressmaster, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, a gold weaver Aglaya, and her greatest feat is being a selfless person. Damn it, Blade. People complain that they didn't show Aglaya's death, but like this is so meaningful for her. Trianne. Oh, so here's the dead ones again. The singing sounds so familiar. It's our song, and Snowy used to love it. Yes, Lady Trianne. For that child filled with anxiety. Your song always dispelled the clouds in my heart, even if just for a moment. Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind. Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you help nurture it in me. Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy. Goodbye, Lady Trianne. They're literally walking us through the deaths of all the other Chrysos heirs. Damn. I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I taught you are nothing but a sleight of hand? I love that Anax is back for a second. Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived. Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos era Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas into your head in class. Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now. Classic Kislana moment. Bad at math. All about strength. Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties. I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Miss Castris, aren't you going to say something? Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was like the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like. But that's dangerous. Dangerous. Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forgot who I am. And for someone with my kind of power. That's a real hazard. Min-maxing their jock status? For real. Ah, I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective. Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy. I feel the same. Goodbye, Finan. Goodbye, Castris. And now, Aglaya. Remember, Finan, after completing the flame chase, leave the decision to initiate the miracle of Genesis to Emporius. The crisis heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world. Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line. Well said. You've got a good memory. It's late. Anything else you'd like to add? Anything else? Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my vulnerable side. No worries. I've understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely. Thank you for bringing me here, Aglaya. You saved me. Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child, but this crumbling world. Goodbye, Finan. Goodbye, Aglaya. Did you forget me? He didn't forget his boyfriend. He didn't forget about his boyfriend. Forget you? Like I'd ever. We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates of Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell. You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then, Deliverer. That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece. Freshly forged by Cartonis. A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a Titan. See you around, Finan of Ides Elysiae. It's a date? It's a date? Let's go! It's a date! Let's go! Our yaoi is canon! Let's go! That's fucking rad. We love it. Yay! Let's go. What a poignant yet splendid journey. Hello, Alicia. And it's still not over yet, is it? I could never mistake that voice. I know who that is. Yes, Kirene. There she is. I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story. Look at Ellie. Look at our beautiful lesbian Jesus. A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people and tried so many things. I found new resolve and let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be. Look at how unhappy he is right now. Also, be it intentionally or otherwise, notice that his eyes are, at least in this exact scene, colored the same way that Ellie's usually are, with like the pink and blue colors. The real gay guy, lesbian girl, peak friendship. They're straight up siblings. Like, I've always kind of viewed Kevin and Ellie's relationship as siblings. Tragedy, for sure, but always siblings. It's like the way he even talks about her is like a dead big sister kind of a thing. So, I feel like it's still carrying that through even now. But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan. Days later at Dawn Cloud. Hello, Cypher. Ah, Dawn Cloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories. I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here. all the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago. Cyphra, you, seamstress, tell me, does Zakuma have any treasure so rare that not even our shop has seen? Of course it has. I've heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawn Cloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. Dad, is there anyone in this house who's straight? Mom, no. Staring at the dad. Yeah. There's not a single straight person in all of Honkai. What do you mean? It wouldn't be Honkai unless we had a lot of Yaoi and Yuri in it, alright? This is just ingrained in the identity of the franchise. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefli's divine body. Even I, the Ghoul Reaper, cannot witness its glamour. Gem of all worlds. Nice. Got it. Well, please keep looking after the shop while Let me guess, Cyphra. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawn Cloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder and then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City. Look, seamstress, are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads? You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cyphra? What else am I supposed to do? There's nothing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person, or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there. I can't weave golden dresses like you. I can't sing as well as Miss Hyselins. Is it like Hyacinth's mom or something? And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Tribby. The only thing I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one ever respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream, right? She wants to make her mom proud. That's so wholesome. I know, Cyphra. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair, and your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you are the only one who can bear the authority of trickery. Even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos. Glaya, I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful, and that everyone is simple and kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality if enough people believed it, even though it was a lie? Lies will always be lies, Cyphra. But sometimes, they can be more noble than the truth. Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sticking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer. So, yet again we have somebody else who refers to him as Deliverer. Did he just, like, tell people about this? Because I feel like he kept, like, his relationship with, Ellie kind of to himself until fairly recently, but maybe he did just, like, share it with people. Because Midamos talks about it. Cypher talks about it. I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt you when you're obviously lost in thought. Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart just a smidge. Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder. Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me. Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself after she passed away. None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in? Old-timer? Fuhua mentioned? Kidding. I fucking wish. I fucking wish. We can't have Granny Fuhua yet. We're not allowed. We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. Gray hair with braid. Yeah. Not sure where the title comes from, actually. Gray hair with braid. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, she has lived for as long as Aglaya has, just about. Like, he's calling her that purely on the grounds that she was born like 1,000 years ago. So as far as the Chrysos heirs are concerned, at the very least, it seems that she's one of the oldest ones. You're probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of the entire city from the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who are against the flame chase, and the citizen fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Ederkinus, the leader of the cleaners. I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you? I believe the Kefli's core flame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike. You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right? You're sure saw right through me, Miss Cypher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movements, and the enigmatic authority of trickery. I'm just impatiently waiting for us to see some hint of a design from Marshal Fuhua. If she reflects his Imperia at all, I will cry real tears. Yeah, same. 100% same. I will cry. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefli's core flame, even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out of this? As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in this world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cypher. What confidence! You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. And let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akuma closely. You mean... But you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind, but they are no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akuma yet? Professor Naxo has analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefli's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts. Ha! Secret arts my foot. I could break this mechanism with the flick of my finger. Let me let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akuma because the seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, the city's defense is in shambles. Tisk, tisk, tisk. What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. Little we know of Marshal Hua already gives vibes as her Imperia during her past, with the no mercy for the corrupted way of thought. Yeah, that was my thinking too. Was that like, if we got to see that version of Fuhua, that'd be really interesting, because like the manga's been like the only way we've really seen that from her. We haven't really seen that in game yet, so seeing like no mercy for the corrupted from her will be so interesting. Make her like to where she used to be kind of scary. I'd be very interested in this. And it would be the first time they've done that too, because Sushong's the same way. Like Sushong is like the Sushong that used to travel with Otto when he was Raksha, or whatever, or that version of him. Before he, like, you know, put her in stasis, among other things. That whole, like, how Locha is, like, carrying the coffin around, like, that whole version of him from the VNs. Like, they're already doing that, so, like, they have a lot of references to, like, that era of Honkai Impact 3's timeline. So that being a version of Fuhua would make perfect sense in terms of how everything else has been. The only one who really stands out as not being a part of that is Yanqing. Because Yanqing is an old dude in the manga. Well, I mean, old, but kinda. Very interested to see if they spin it into her being a conflicting force for a while. And we spend an amount of time before we trust each other. But if I have to fight her, I have to do it through tears. Yeah. I feel like she would just beat me. I wouldn't even, like, fight at that point. I'm like, nah, you can just win. Just look at how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe me a big favor after this. I'm sure that Cypher fighting off the Flame Reaver will certainly end well. And will not at all end poorly. You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful. Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cypher will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure that you don't die before you pay me. If I see even a single solitary visage of a phoenix, though, I will alt F4. Yeah, did same. Fuhul is the reason I started playing Impact 3rd, so like, I'm very invested in how they will handle her character moving forward. Oh, we're in Hyacinth's POV. Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany. I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the Grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad. But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's dropping frames for a second. What, why the fuck is it doing... Why is it being weird? Gone again. I'm not sure it doesn't shut down on YouTube, because, like, that's a problem. Let's see, my CPU usage is fine, memory's fine, network's at 1%. It's separated for a whole 76 into another VOD? I mean, on Twitch it will. I'm hoping YouTube doesn't do that. I'm hoping YouTube will be fine. It seems like it's fine. A little bit behind, but why am I dropping frames all of a sudden? That's really, really weird. It shouldn't be doing that. Let's wait till I see. Yeah, I see it dropping frames in the preview for YouTube. Stutters a second. Well, it seems like it's not going to shut me out of YouTube, so I guess it's disconnected from Twitch for a second. That's really... Why the fuck is it doing that? Weird. I think I'm going to keep my task manager up so I can look at it. Yeah, CPU is spiked up to 60% right now. Anything trigger an auto update or anything in the background? I mean, I did update to Windows 11, so there's a chance that that is happening. But right now, everything seems to be fluctuating around 40% with occasional spikes up to 60-70% on the CPU for some reason. OBS and StarRail taking up the majority of what's going on. That's concerning. Just keep an eye on it. I know, little Aika. I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. Viewers experience buffering. Yeah. That must be residuals from the storm, maybe. It might resolve itself in a minute. Yeah, it resolved itself. There it goes. It had to start and restart. Seems like it sorted itself out, though, hopefully. Going to the next location is the best part to stop, by the way. It's a while till the next good part to stop after that. I mean, what time is it? It's already 11 o'clock. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. We're gonna go as long as we need to until I feel like I'm done. Though I still need to, like, this is gonna piss off Insane, but I think I'm gonna, like, if we're gonna use this team, I might just, like, remove the relics that are on this and just do popular plan, apply plan, confirm. Just let it do whatever. Once you're at the next location, I'd say you're gonna want to endure to the end of the next patch. That's wild. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to level up some relics here. I gotta get some stuff equipped for them so I can actually, like, use these characters a bit and then not die instantly. Because, like, what happened with Herta last time was kind of abysmal. I need this to be not that. Because, I mean, somebody did say that we would need Herta on some of our next things here. Alright, we'll just level up whatever we have here. It's because the end location just flows from event to event in succession till the end. Okay. That's not too surprising. Well, I think we'll just kind of power through, depending on how much it's going to go for. We'll figure it out. I'm not going to beat myself up about it too much. Alright, Jade, you are going to be doing poorly. So, smart equip. This one, apply plan. Yep. This is going to piss off Insane so much for me doing this. I know it will. And this is gonna, I'm gonna preface this so I don't get comments about it later on YouTube. I know full well that this is not going to be optimal. Alright? I know full well that this is not going to work well. Let's see. Quick select. 4-star and below. Yep. Salvage all of those. I know full well that this is not going to work out super well, but something is better than nothing. So, before I hear some snarky people in my comments about it, I know. And I will pick something better later when I have time to actually properly build these characters. Let's add this. There we go. Now Jade shouldn't die immediately. Oh, we have Hyacinth in our teams. Just let me in and work on your gear. Sometime my hands. Yeah, my gear is a fucking mess, I know. Like, I know it's bad. I'll get around to it. Listen, I've been getting distracted by other stuff. Let's see. If we're gonna have Hyacinth, though, let's see what we can do for a team for her. Hyacinth, Star Rail, teams. All right, Hyacinth. What teams can we put you in? Casterus, Tribby, and Trailblazer. So I can't really use a team for her right now. It looks like. The best thing we could do, there's... see, what do we got over here? I could put her with Pela and Remembrance Trailblazer and any DPS. I think we'll just leave it as this for now. Getting Fat Fuck is funny, but I don't think we need her right now. Doot. This is where Professor Naxa gave us the lesson. I can still see the day in my mind. And that was your last lesson in the Grove. Now each of you will head off on your own path. How much the Grove's teachings can help you in the real world depends on how well you can put that knowledge into practice. However, heed this warning. If you ever do anything disgraceful out there, don't ever claim you were the student of Anaxagoras, one of the 7 sages. Professor Anaxa, There are still other classes scheduled on the calendar. Are you sure you didn't? Firstly, call me Professor Anaxagoras. Secondly, to clarify, the last lesson means the last lesson I will teach you. I will be entering seclusion from today onwards to research ancient alchemy, and all my teaching activities will be put on hold. Ah, I see. So you're saying the lessons taught by all other teachers aren't good enough to be considered lessons. All you do every day is wag that sharp tongue of yours. That's a credit deduction, fine Innovites Elysiae. Demerits, young man! I have nothing left to say. Next. Please wait, Professor. According to the Grove's protocols, for the cohort's final class, the lecturer should take some time in that lesson to discuss the students' post-graduation aspirations with them and guide them towards a solid path. Surely you can't skip such a crucial step, Professor. The teaching assistant, Miss Hyacinth, is truly Professor Anax's nemesis. T.A. Hyacinth pissing off Anax, that sounds great. Fine. Hyacinthia? That's what her name actually is? Hyacinthia? What? Let's go through the process. So some of you are so eager to speak. Why don't we start with you, fine Innovites Elysiae? What is your post-graduation aspiration? I think the stream pooped up for a second. To stop talking about Fuqua and actually do the story. Yeah, that sounds right. My internet's punishing me for talking about random tangents. It's trying to keep me on task. Me? Well, it's not exactly an aspiration, but the only thing I want to do is protect the people I care about. I see. So you want to be a hero. How boring. Next! I didn't say... Okay. Castris. You've been giggling for quite some time. How about you go next? Perhaps my answer is a bit vague and meaningless, Professor Anaxagoras, but I hope the world can be freed from the agony of death so that every living being may find calming peace. How naive. So naive that it makes me want to weep for your fairy tale. See, this is why I don't want to follow these outdated protocols. All I get are boring answers. Since you suggested this whole process, why don't you wrap this up, Hyacinthia? Share your aspiration with everyone, and let's see if yours stands out. So, it's finally my turn. God himself getting him to talking about my Pookie Burb. Exactly. I defy God, and we'll talk about Fuqua. You cannot stop me. I will. Good thing I came prepared. My aspiration is nothing less than completing the final blank page at the end of a hero's epic. Blank page? Interesting description. Do explain, assistant. I've read all of Amphoris's heroic epics while studying at the Grove, and a common thread came to my attention. Almost every epic ends with a description of the hero's achievements, but few mention how the everyday people of that time lived. No one recorded how the struggles and suffering of the commoners endured. So you're saying that instead of legendary heroes, you're more focused on commoners living on the periphery of historical records. Perhaps I'm influenced by my background. My ancestor Celios, the Day Thunder Knight, raised her spear against the sky and ushered in the flame-chasing era that continues to this day. Fuqua got me to bust out GIMP and made my first shitty meme. Good. Love that. So, Hyacinth is a descendant of Celios. Interesting. Her story is told to every child descended from the Skyfolk. We have no doubts about Celios' greatness, yet her towering figure overshadowed every record from that entire era. What about the Day Thunder Knight's family, allies, and friends? What about the survivors and those who died in the great battles? Whenever I think about their stories by the campfire, I realize the details of those legends have been long lost, and only Celios' name remains. That's what the English dub calls Celiose. No, that's Celios. Celios, maybe? Could be another way to pronounce that, I suppose. But Celios makes the most sense to me. This, I will say, Infurious has been kind of egregious about, like, the English pronunciations being really, really bad. Looking at you, Cyrene. Like, Cyrene, yes, that makes sense. Cyrene, what the fuck? Kirine is definitely very different. That's nice of getting used to. I might still call her just Cyrene, but, like, I'm not calling her Cyrene. We're not doing that. Or I'll just call her Ellie, because that's what I'm really going to do. It's just Alicia. Her brilliance had become as blinding as Aquala's, lording over everything on the ground. That's why I'm glad that my hero does not lack, or that my era does not lack heroes. All my ancestors had was a sad past, but I have a future I want to protect. Instead of becoming a hero and ushering in a golden deluge to baptize again with dropped frames. Why the fuck is it doing that? Every time I look at that, it's spiking on my CPU usage. We didn't have this problem yesterday. Windows 11 probably fucked with something. I'm getting embarrassed from remembering how I said all that. We have to turn off Windows Defender. I thought I turned off Windows Defender already, but Windows 11 might have turned it back on, because I definitely turned that shit off originally. But my beliefs had never changed. Now I really have a chance to stay behind the hero's front lines and realize my dream. Mason, you have new Windows now. I do, and I'm going to turn off a bunch of shit. When I texted you earlier, Charlie, and I was like, I'm going to have to, like, adjust a lot of things. This is one of those things I'm going to have to deal with. Windows Defender auto-enables itself after a time. Well, it's going to auto-enable when I updated Windows 11. I did that literally just before stream, like 30 minutes before we were supposed to start. I got Windows 11 up and running. So, like, it's definitely running a bunch of bullshit in the background that I don't want. So, prior to that, I had Windows Defender and a bunch of other things turned off. Like Cortana and all that other nonsense, because I didn't want to deal with it. And it made my PC run better. And now it's trying to turn it on again because I moved to Windows 11. And I'm going to go back through, like, tomorrow probably, and just turn off all that bullshit so it's not going to cause me problems again. Also, Windows 11 is ugly as fuck, and I hate it. It's so ugly. I hate the way it looks. It's... ugh. Dun Dun? That's what she calls him? That's so funny. What? Also, they drew a little butthole on Aika, and that's funny. Little cat butt kind of thing. It's cute. I didn't expect to see you again in the Grove. Fine, I mentioned you were gearing up for the campaign against Aquila. Are you here to... You guessed it. To reach Aquala's realm in the sky, descendants of the Sky People must perform a bloodline ceremony, summon the spirits of our ancestors, and get their blessings. That's the only way for creatures on Earth to forge the Rainbow Bridge to the sky. And the soul of the first ancestor I want to see is here in the Grove. The Rainbow Bridge is essential to retrieve the core flame of Aquila. Undertaking such a vital ceremony alone is far too risky. Don't worry, I have Fat Fuck with me. You'll protect me, won't you? Good, Fat Fuck. Well, what brings you here, Danny? I'm collecting as many myths and research about the Titans as I can. Everything about Infurious is a valuable addition to our databank when I get back to the Astral Express. That was my first cringe meme for Who in the Media channel. Let's go look at this. I'm here for cringe memes. We love cringe memes. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. It's good. If all goes according to plan, you and Gray will be able to go home after this mission, won't you? Yes, assuming we can actually break the curse about worlds beyond the sky. I have a feeling it's not going to be smooth sailing. Oh, could it be that you too have some kind of hidden powers to make prophecies now? That's not it, but I'm starting to question how real everything is after a conversation with a member of the Council of Elders. Dude, nope, I don't understand that either, fat fuck. That's so many goddamn Fuqua pictures saved. Good shit. Share them all. Spoil me with Fuqua pictures, please. Send them all my way in a nice compressed zip folder. Or just spam my media channel with it. I don't care. All of it. If I haven't seen it already, I will welcome it. Don't worry about it. There's still a lot that I don't understand. Since we already have met up, why don't you come with me? Can you use all Siglana art? Hell yeah. I was thinking the same thing. The grove is fraught with danger right now, and an extra pair of hands translates to extra security. That's the dependable express guard for you. So, shall we get going? I guess she must have learned about that while we were running amok doing other shit, because I don't think he's mentioned being the guard of the express while we've been around. I don't feel like he's mentioned that at all. Oh, okay. A little box? What is this? It's the divine object of the Sky People, the Chroma Coffer. Our ancestors dictated that when a descendant of the Sky Folk is ready to challenge Aquila again, they must first awaken the spirits of their ancestors within the Chroma Coffer and receive their benediction. Only after this can the chosen Sky Folk reascend to the heavens. It's to prevent those who are not qualified from pointlessly losing their lives. Very prudent, wouldn't you say? The soul of an ancestor slumbers here. Now, I will awaken them. Right. Dude. I am Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard, a descendant of the sky who has inherited the duty of Flame Chase. The time has come to fulfill our clan's destiny. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestors, please bestow upon me your generous blessing. If you want, I have a 7-page fanfic comic I found somewhere about Bronny and May finding out Fuqua got Kiana pregnant. I've seen a lot of, like, art of that, of, like, Fuki art and whatever else. Like, KMA is obviously a really popular one, too. I see a lot of that stuff on Twitter. You say that, I'm not even, like, surprised in the fucking slightest. Like, at all. In fact, I might have even seen it. So, post it, because I feel like I probably have seen it. Absolutely would not be surprised if I am familiar with it. Would not even be surprised. I had to save it because it's so cute, yeah. Who has awakened me? It is I, Hyacinthia, a descendant of the Sky People. I apologize for interrupting your slumber. You are Lord Crispus, aren't you? I read your story in our family tree. You were a righteous judge who vindicated many who were wrongfully accused. Ah, I never imagined someone in this era would still remember my name. So, our bloodline and duty have continued to this distant age. Indeed it has. I have awakened you in the hope of receiving your blessing. For the Flame Chase journey is nearing its perfect conclusion, and retrieving the core flame of Aquila is the final challenge the heroes will face. Perfect conclusion. Hyacinthia, you look very young, and you do not have the bearings of a warrior who can contend with a titan. How can you convince me that this blessing will not turn into a curse, leading a child like you to their demise? 1,000 years ago, Celios, who conquered the skies, left behind legends and a will, entrusting the mission to return to the Sky Titan's core flame to her descendants, to people like you and me. Though I am not a warrior, I will not turn away from the mission that has flowed through our blood for 1,000 years. And I'm not fighting alone. I have the strongest and most tenacious companions in the world. Euphorius is in an era brimming with heroes. The burden of retrieving Aquilus Glowflame no longer rests solely on the shoulders of a chosen Skyborn. I now wield the power of healing. I aim to mend the fissures in the sky and heal the wounds of the people. I desire to define the mission of the Skyfolk in my own terms, to conclude the vigil that has spanned millennia. I sense resilience in your words, not an outward resilience, but something deeper within. Receive my blessings in Hyacinthia. May you gain wings to return to the sky via the Bridge of Rainbows. Thank you for your trust, Lord Christmas. We won't let you down. Good job! My ancestors are all pretty strong-willed people. It won't be easy convincing them. I've run through these upcoming conversations in my head more times than I can count. It's like your efforts paid off. Now, the next ancestor on the list. Her spirit is said to rest in the vortex of Genesis. A pity that the ceremony has to be performed in strict order. Shall we head back to Akuma together? I have a suggestion. Remember how you suggested I learn the secret arts of water from Fagosa's priests? I've been practicing that in my spare time and made some progress. Now, as long as I have spirit water with me, I can use those techniques to carve a path directly to the vortex of Genesis. I remember, I didn't expect you to keep at it this long. It's so like you. Compared to the currents of my home, the waters of Euphorius are rather untamed. Subduing the waters wasn't easy, but I've got the hang of it now. That makes sense. Fagosa was always described as a fickle titan in the myths. Since you're offering, then let me put your skills to the test. The spirit water gate formed with this technique isn't as stable as a ritual basin. It'll likely only let one person through. And as Fagosa's priests designed it, the entrance serves as the exit. You need to come back through the vortex once you've met your ancestor's spirit. Fat fucking I will be here waiting. Got it. I'm counting on you. Also, can we just say these two are kind of cute together? Like, I like these two together. Low-key, kind of ship it. I could see it. They're good. They've got a good back and forth. We haven't really seen Hyacinth have a whole lot of other good camaraderie with like other people, so I like her back and forth with him. Under the raucous steps of their frenzied dance, the roar of celebration hides the world's beautiful heartbeat. Or I read that wrong, but whatever. Spirit water, reveal the way. No, there it is. The vortex of Genesis. Unbelievable. Danny's full of surprises. But this does feel way more disorienting than the ritual basin. Dunhong and Hyacinth, yeah, she's super optimistic. Dunhong can be quite cynical. Yeah, I think they play with each other very well. Like, they've got a good back and forth. And it seems like to me that they, like, have had a lot of time to, like, hang out and chat. While we've been fucking around and doing our own thing, they've been able to, like, talk. So, like, there seems, like, it gives off, like, a vibe of, like, familiarity between the two of them. Such is what it seems to me, anyway. I hate how much they do that. They just don't have the visuals for it and just ignore it with a black screen transition. I have a theory about that, which is, like, my personal headcanon, that they only do that because all the budget went to, like, later scenes in the patch. The like, high-quality animation stuff. They didn't have, like, the time to do these small little scenes like that, so instead they just do the big stuff later on. I feel like that's what they really did. That's the real shit. I think I know who that is. Do you have to go already, Saifi? It's been ages since you were last in Akuma. You could have taken some time to rest, and we could have caught up. It's alright, Big Sis Tribby. I've gotten used to life on the road. Staying in this bustling city, actually feels off. Besides, your prize student gave me an incredibly tough mission to handle. Cut Snowy some slack, Siphy. He's still so young, and he's shouldering all the responsibilities Aggie left behind. Besides, Snowy's not the kind to ask for help lightly. Since he came to you, it means you're the best person for the job. You really spoil him, Big Sis Tribby. Guess I'm past the age for someone to look after me. Oh, you just want Tribby to spoil you? That's hilarious. Siphy. Just kidding, I get it. That deliverer boy does have a certain charisma about him. It reminds me of a Goliath in her prime. Anyway, I'm about to head out. Oh, and Big Sis Tribby, before I go, I've got a gift for you. Oh? I didn't expect you to be so thoughtful. What is it? That's part of the game too. If you want to see the full picture of what's inside, you have to wait until nightfall. A gift with a mysterious twist? Seriously? Looks like we have company. Funny to see tiny immortal lady. See a tiny immortal tell a lady immortal, "You're so young." Yeah, that's been like kind of the running gag with Tribby, hasn't it? It's been kind of funny. Still, I'd punt that child. Just give her a nice kick. Yeet her. She'll be fine. She's got wings. Lady Tribby, and this graceful lady must be Miss Cipher. I'm Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard. Everyone calls me Hyacinth. Pleased to meet you. Tis bright and cheery as a lamp. Well, hello there, Pink Child. Pink Child. That's hilarious. I'm Cipher from the long-fallen city-state of Dolos. As for the rest, it's all in the history books, so I don't need to repeat it here. So you're from the Twilight Courtyard. Does that mean... Yes, I'm a descendant of the Sky People, a crisis heir about to take over the authority of the sky. Well, that's unexpected. I figured Celios' descendant would be, I don't know, taller? Stronger? Don't judge a book by its cover, Siphy. Cindy is a master of her craft. She's the most skilled and dependable physician in all of Amphorius. Don't worry, Lady Cipher. I may not be as strong and warlike as Lady Celios from 1,000 years ago, but I'm confident I can carry out the mission of the Skyfolk. All this talk about missions. You're making it sound way too serious. You gotta look out for yourself, girl. Don't push yourself too hard. I can see that cute face all scratched up by Akila's claws. She flirts. She flirts. Siphy, cracking jokes. Looks like you haven't forgotten what Aggie said all those years ago. And she changed the subject. Anyway, I got a mission to handle, so I'll get going. Good luck, Miss Hyacinth. And if things get tough, just let that deliverer take the lead. Cipher uses her coin of whimsy ability and teleports away from the vortex. Miss Cipher is in such a hurry. Don't worry, she's always been like that. It's good to have her back in Aquaman lending a hand. Well, enough about her for now. Never enough, Tribby. Bring her back. Bring back Cat Grill. It's very important. You're here because of your mission, aren't you, Cindy? It's the perfect opportunity for me to go and tuck Siphy's gift away someplace safe. The Vortex of Genesis is all yours. Yeah, we're almost there. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessings. Converse with Ancestor. Child, what brings you before me? Could it be you're a descendant of the Sky People? Yes, I am Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard, the successor of the Sky People's Flame Chase duty. Something I notice here, which I think is very funny and probably very intentional, is the term Sky People could be very confusing to Impact Third players coming into this, because we think of like the Post-Honkai monsters. But if you look at how they like write that here, Sky people in the translations for Impact Third is all a singular, like, capital noun. It's capital Sky, capital people, right? But here, only Sky is capitalized. So, pull a Kiana and break the laws of reality to fish back your hot girl failure BFF. Yeah! Exactly. I'm here to bring back girl failures. Let's go. I love that as like a trope. It's one of my favorite kind of character archetypes. He has to be General Ektra. Legend has it that during the Crisis War, you led our people to ally with Akama and held back the Kryptoan forces. It was your victory that earned the Sky People a place in the Holy City. Hyacinthia, you seem well versed in our clan's history. And this is the Vortex of Genesis. It is. Look, 10 stars have already been lit. The Chrysos Heir's flame chase journey is nearing its end. Are those the core flames of Phagosa and Gearios? Or Gearios. Does that mean Hycelands and the mountain dwellers successfully carried out their duty? Huh. As fellow pillars of Amphorius, who would have thought that Sky's duty could only be fulfilled after 1,000 years? It's because Sky shelters all beneath it. If it were to shatter, the world would fall apart with it. That's why Lady Aglaya made the core flame of Aquila the final step in our campaign. Aglaya? Is she still on the flame chase journey after 1,000 years? Unfortunately, she has recently left us. But you're right, she was indeed still guiding the Chrysos heirs forward. Incredible. That girl actually managed to endure the merciless erosion of time and lasted for so long. That's why I love Fuqua so much. She has so many moments to recall and view as failure and unmitigated disaster, but she still keeps continuing on, a hero in every regard. I agree. Fuqua's story is one of the most interesting and engaging stories of any character in all of Impact Third. Like, I say that without any degree of irony or hesitation. She has one of the most engaging and interesting stories of any character, period. Like, all the characters in Impact Third I think are really fun in their own way, but like, Fuqua's is so fascinating, and I love it. There's like tragedy and love and other things going on, but like, it's so good. You could take any little snippet out of her like history and focus in on that, and it would be a normal character arc in any other game that they've done. She's looking for tragedy, and Fuqua's got it in spades. Yeah, I mean, the girl lived for 50,000 years, so you know, she's got a lot to have gone through. And I will say this much too: there is a thing later on. There's a twinge of tragedy in things that she doesn't remember, because this does come up later. There's like they talk about how like she can't keep all the memories in her head because it like causes her brain to degrade, so she has to selectively delete memories. Part of her like power is to do that. And there's a conversation later on, closer to the end of part 1, where they address some stuff that she has forgotten because of this. And there's also like tragedy in that too, which is just, man, shit is wild. 50k years, and you can count on less than one hand the amount of good moments she's had. This is the first Impact. Yeah, for real. Fuqua's got it rough. Answer me, Hyacinthia. Since you recognize me, you must have also read my writings, no? Every record regarding my lineage is etched in my memory, including your words. In that case, you're probably aware of the prophecy I sought from a certain Trivios. Yes. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Sky Folk will mend dusk and dawn. But unfortunately, no ancestor has ever been able to truly decipher its meaning. Yeah, I see. Yet Trivios' prophecies never fail. Perhaps you'll be the one to witness its fulfillment, child. May the prophecy lead you to a gentle fate. Thank you, Lady Ektra. Whatever fate the prophecy holds, I'll face it head on. It's only by giving everything we have that we can truly accept any outcome with a smile. Won't you agree? I like you, child. I wish this conversation could go on a little longer. Take my blessing, Hyacinthia. When I first saw you, I indeed had my doubts. But your resolve has touched me. If Sky's divinity is fated to pass on, I hope it incorporates your optimism and kindness. She gets more bad bitch points for the time she single-handedly punk blocked these two armies in the Kipchak steppes along with Colin. Yeah, that whole thing is so fucked. Like, she just like solos the entire army of Shixal. She's like, nah, I'm fucking done with this. Leave. And you know what was fun about that interaction? That interaction with Fuqua is a contributing factor to why Colin decides to betray Shixal and stay in Yayi village. Fuqua does, in her own way, have a hand in Colin's eventual demise by standing by what she believes in. Like, that's so, like, she has influenced, like, every aspect of Honkai's lore. She's such a great character. We lived this all day and you would come no closer to passing me. Yeah. What a badass. Your blessing is a treasure beyond measure, General. Rest well. I make sure your gift is put to its best use. General Ektra is so different from how the records described her. She's quite a gentle person. Alright, time to head back to the grove. I shouldn't keep Danny and Fat Fuck waiting. You're back. How'd it go? It went great. Your spirit water art was a huge help. So, do you mind sharing what your ancestor spirit said to you? Hyacinth recounts her conversation with General Ektra to Danhong. I am half tempted to, like, instead of reading Danny, like what they translated here, or calling it Dun Dun, like she said, just call him Dun Dun Dun. Dun 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 and Fat Fuck, the greatest tag team. I'm half tempted to do that. Nothing. It sounds like everything went smoothly. It's just I'm a bit concerned about the prophecy you mentioned. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Sky Folk lament dusk and dawn. I can somehow sense a hint of sadness in those brief words. You've always been a bit of a sensitive soul, haven't you, Dandadan? Lady Trina deciphers countless prophecies every day, and this one's just another among many. Don't worry too much about it. I hope so. Come on, don't look so gloomy. We're gonna have to take a long trip for the final visit to the ancestors. This is about Fuqua, though. I'm sure anyone watching our VOD will want to wring my neck. It's fine. One of these days, I'm gonna have to finish my entire like timeline of Honkai Impact 3's lore, and just do dedicated videos about like the Flame Chasers, corrections for my original Alicia video. I think like I'm gonna make stuff, and one of them's gonna have to be dedicated to Fuqua. It's gonna be like an hour to 2 hour long video just ranting about her entire lore. Because there's so much to talk about there. Our final stop is Lord Maidamos' home, Castrum Kremnos. We're here. This is it. She says, it'll be a long journey. Fades to black. We're here. Lord Maidamos has been fighting the Black Tide here alone, day after day. I'm worried about him. He sent a message earlier, carried by thunder, warning us to watch out for the Fleet Reaver's actions. That means he hasn't been consumed by the Black Tide's madness yet. We're here to complete an important mission. We shouldn't interfere with his battlefield, don't you agree? I agree. There, that sleeping spirit is my grandmother. Your grandmother? Yes, my spirit... Jacinthia? Jacinta? Yeah. Hey YouTube, if you want to get me to stop continuing to Honkai derail and talk about my waifu, come watch live on Twitch, YouTube. I mean, I am gonna start, like, when we actually are caught up, I think I am gonna start naming this year's Honkai Derailed. And just have it as like a tag at the very beginning, like we're gonna ramble on about Impact 3's lore while also discussing this. Because I do feel like anybody watching this is part of like the... I feel like this is like the unique thing I add to this playthrough. Well, yes, we are spending a lot of time just reading what the characters are saying and going through this stuff. When it is important, I like to insert the context that I have from the vast amount of Honkai Impact 3's lore that just kind of lives in my brain. And I feel like that adds a unique flavor to this playthrough that you might not get from watching just like a dedicated Star Rail streamer or something, right? So hopefully, the people who are watching this in the future, you're getting something interesting out of this. There's some people who knows the Large Lords is not Star Rails. Yeah, like there might be a lot of people who know a lot of Star Rails, like self-contained lore, probably because I'm not an expert on Star Rails lore by any means. There's a lot of stuff I just don't read. Same thing with Genshin. Like I don't know Genshin stuff, but the perspective I have from somebody who has obsessively gone through every line of dialogue, every little bit of like written thing, every document, everything you could possibly have in Impact Third, I've gone through like all of it, with the exception of like maybe the VNs. So like I obsess over that. And while I am probably not the most informed person, I'm probably up there. I just haven't had like the time or patience to really like make dedicated videos about it and use that knowledge for something. So here we are, streaming Star Rail, yeeting that knowledge at you guys whenever it becomes relevant. Go off, exactly. It's become my obsession. It's my special interest. She fought her way through every challenge and reached the final stage of the Kremnos Festival. She was just one step away from securing a peace treaty for the Skyfolk, but was ultimately defeated by the champion warrior of that time. I never looked too deeply into the details of such ritualistic violence. The scroll simply described it as a glorious duel. But behind the glorious duel was a tragic end. Not long after the festival, my grandmother's injuries worsened, and she passed away far from home. This prophecy tablet was left here by the Kremnoans to honor her final wish. Her death marked the final collapse of the Twilight Courtyard, already fragile under the shadow of war. And the Kremnoan warrior she fought against was Kratos. Interesting. I can and will wedge foot into every conversation I feasibly can. If anyone wants to stop me, they'll need to make me or get me banned. I mean, I don't ban people too often, unless like if it's like an obvious bot or something, like they'll get banned. Actual people, I haven't had to ban any of those in a while. But then again, our community has been fairly chill here, so I don't have to ban people too often, but you have to really get on my nerves to justify me banning you. Yet you still saved his life even though he took your family. Seeing him lying there gravely wounded, bleeding out, I can't put what I felt at that moment into words. When I heard Lord Kratos took that fatal blow to protect Lady Trianne, all those tangled feelings faded away. To quote Lord Finan, Kratos must have done that to become a better man. It takes true courage to forgive. You're every bit as strong as your ancestors, Hyacinth. You're getting better at this. In her final diary entry, my grandmother wrote that when the moment of destiny comes, a descendant of the Sky People would deliver the message of their departure to her spirit. I wonder what she'd think when the one awakening her turns out to be her beloved granddaughter. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing. Oh, what's up? Is this the world of the living? Wait, could you be? Grandmother, it's me, your Hyacinthia. Hyacinthia, my little hummingbird. Why? How? Why is it you who has awakened me? I have never imagined this. I thought I would feel happy for all my ancestors when this day came, but now I can't even experience the joy of seeing you again. Do you remember that you and Father took me to my very first skyrite when I was 8? Back then, you wanted me to pick one accessory out of 4. The sun crown representing nobility, the storm bracelet symbolizing strength, the ice ring embodying wisdom, and the radiant pendant signifying kindness. Grandmother, do you remember which one I chose? You spoke an innocent little prayer, infusing a faint thread of light to that modest pendant. Yes, and I remember how surprised you were. In all those centuries, no other child of the Sky People had ever made the same choice I did. Hyacinthia, it was a time when I thought you were a timid child. You never had much interest in swords or battle, and had no relation to that fiery determination and strength in our blood. Yet I told myself, that's not a bad thing. If my hummingbird could live her life in kindness and optimism, then it'd be a good thing. I never thought the burden of retrieving the core flame of Aquila would fall to you. Don't worry about me, Grandmother. I believe what makes someone a Skyfolk isn't just outstanding strength, but the capacity to shape the world. When the world cried out for a hero to challenge the gods 1,000 years ago, Celios stepped forward and began the flame-chasing era. And now, as the flame chase journey nears its end, this broken world is crying out for something else. Healing. Isn't it poetic? A saga that spans 1,000 years began with the sky and will also end with the sky. You're still as optimistic as ever, just like when you were a kid. If your mind is set, Hyacinthia, then carry your resolve through to the very end. Return to the sky with my blessing and watch over this world on the threshold of salvation. Grandmother, thank you. But I have one last request. Speak, Hyacinthia. We should still have some time. Before you go, could you tell me the tale of the Sky Hero once more, just like you used to? Listen closely, my dear hummingbird. After all, this will be the last time. For millennia, the Titans waged relentless wars, leaving the world scarred and ravaged. A century of the Crisis War plunged the nations into chaos and decay, until a spear, fueled by mortal rage, pierced through the smoke and flames that buried the prophecy of deliverance. Aquila, the celestial shaper, the 100-eyed divine bird crowned with the blazing sun and wielding thunder. Though struck blind in 99 eyes by Nicanor, they kept one eye, glaring at the children of twilight who received divine blessing yet turned their weapons against the gods. The crisis era of the sky, Celios the Day Thunder, Night, ascended the forbidden lands of the eye of twilight at dusk clad in wings. To her left was the lion-headed Solidus, the sunlit wings, whose roar breathed divine flames and scorched the world. To her right was a horse-bodied Lunabus, the moonlit plume, whose crystal steps trampled the stars in the heavens. I hate that they said to the left and right, but then on the actual art, it's the inverse of that. That's annoying me. The one warrior and her two beasts challenged the ruler of the sky, determined to seize the divine core flame through plunder. The Titans' every roar summoned lightning bolts, and their every movement stirred cyclones. Her left and right. I mean, I guess, but that's still really annoying. They should have just rotated it the other way. It's like a mild thing that kind of like doesn't matter at all, but like mildly annoys me. The wounded Titan's blood poured down like boiling rain upon the world and converged into scalding torrents. In the final moments of the battle, the sunlit wings set the Titan's wings aflame, while the moonlit plumes sealed the divine body. The battered hero of the sky, with her wings broken and her body covered in wounds, struggled to lift her spear and pierce the last monstrous eye. The divine Titan's body crashed to the ground, and with it the sky tore apart like fabric, about to fall with its god. The fear and pleas of mortals urged the hero of the sky to rise again. Celios, the Day Thunder Knight, the first of the Chrysos heirs to slay a god in this world, charged into the crumbling body of Aquila with her two fearless winged companions. She merged with the Titan, holding up the sky once more, only to leave behind a powerful message for the world. My descendants will be blessed and cross the rainbow bridge back to the sky. At the end of the prophecy of Genesis, they will reclaim the core flame from my hands. Oh, interesting. So Aquila is actually like a combination of the original Titan and Hyacinth's ancestor. Today's the day. Wow, I didn't expect to be so lively up here. Are all these people here to send off the crisis airs? Here's Finan. Time to go chat with him. Come on, Finan. Also, listen to Titan Echoes. I'm not going to do that. Alright, Finan. Let's talk, buddy. I know this is a big ask. Nem. I hope you understand. Please don't say that, Lord Finan. It's an honor for us to be entrusted with this task. Go then. Let us hope our concerns don't come true. I hope you all return safely, my lord. Ah, there you are. You didn't ever sleep this time, did you? Well, maybe I'll go back and grab a quick nap. Or a pink puppy woke me up. You like calling me that, don't you? Well, I've embraced it now. It doesn't even faze me anymore. I do kind of like irritating Mem just a little bit. Because she doesn't get angry at us. She's just like, alright, whatever, I guess. It's fine. She'll get like slightly annoyed, but she's like, ah, whatever. She just kind of rolls with it. I appreciate that. Ready, comrade? If all goes according to plan, this could be the last battle where we fight at each other's side. You get the same joy irritating Mem as irritating March? Oh my god, yeah. March gives us so many good reactions, it's so fun bothering her. If the curse separating Euphorius from the world beyond the sky is truly Akila's doing, then you'll be able to return home after their fall. A day on the ground feels like 10 years in the sky. Really? That's the first time I've heard that. She just makes things up. Don't take it too seriously. Mim's caught on. Mim knows. She's like, no, she just makes shit up. Don't listen to her. Assuming we can fix the car. Sorry, I'm no help there. Don't worry, Donhong mentioned that Counselor Ligas can help Stella with that. Insincerely. I'll miss you all! Said a little insincere there, buddy. I was totally insincere, partner. Look at how mad Mem looks at me. I was just goofing. Look, like Stella's got like sad puppy eyes. My god. I'm just being annoying. I'm just bothering all of you guys. It's funny. Aren't I supposed to be reincarnating as a Titan? That would be a problem. We'll need to get you home before Era Nova. Let's leave the emotional goodbyes for later. That'll give us some time to figure out what we should be feeling at that time. Besides, when we were playing Seal Slammers, that bumping seal game, didn't you teach me something back then? Hey, I'm glad I did the Seal Slammers event just before we did this. Crack the champagne at halftime to watch the victory slip away. Well, it's 10 over 12th time now. We can totally open the champagne. We'll win, dear fellow. Yeah, let's do this one. 10 out of 12, yeah. Well then, I have to use something else Donhong taught me to come back. Last mile is the hardest. Speaking of Donhong, where is he? He arrived before everyone else and climbed to the cliff top to wait for us. He's probably not keen on being the center of attention. Sounds about right. Lord Finan, please make sure you all come back safely. Please defeat the indifferent Eye of Twilight and restore a compassionate sky to Euphorius. Thank you all for your blessing. Rest assured we're fully prepared. But I am not the main attraction today. Please don't hesitate to cheer for Miss Hyacinth when she arrives. Miss Hyacinth, the chosen daughter of the sky, the pride of the Twilight Courtyard. She's not just the pride of Akama, but all of Euphorius as well. And furthermore, while the Flame Chase journey is led by the Crisis Heirs, it's not just those chosen by Aglaya who contributed to it. Let's extend our gratitude to the two warriors of the Outlands, who bravely stepped up and risked their lives for those they've never met. Hero Stella, your saga will be chronicled in epics and celebrated across the new world. She's doing this stupid anime pro tag thing, and it's fun. Warrior from the Outlands, endowed with the might of Oryx, the vanguard of Deliberates. Awesome, impressive titles. Quite the flatterer, aren't you? After all this time, you should know when I'm just being polite and when I'm genuinely speaking from the heart. That praise was heartfelt, Stella. Had I not trusted my instincts and put my faith in you and Dan Heng, it's hard to imagine what might have become of Akuma. Ah. I guess our guest of honor is right. Hello, Hyacinth. Welcome, welcome. Let's go fight a dragon thing. People of Akuma, I have been blessed by the ancestors of the Sky People. They have agreed to dispose the 1,000-year mission to me and have me claim the core flame of Aquila. She is so short. Today is year 4,932 of the light calendar. 1,062 years since the hero Celius initiated the flame chase journey. I, Hyacinthia of the Sky People, am prepared to lead the children of humanity back to the sky. History doesn't breathe evenly. At times, it suspends its breath for millennia, as though time has frozen. At other times, it pants rapidly, as if poised to topple the world and our civilization in an instant. Its hurried gasps have sparked a tempest, sweeping all of us along. Hyacinth, as an observer, you've witnessed the return of 4 core flames. And now it's your turn to fulfill your duty. Please guide us into the heart of the storm as the executioner of this mission. Notice how Finance making like a pretty big public showing of this, whereas like Aglaia did not. We dealt with collecting the core flames behind closed doors for the most part, but now that Finance is in charge, he's like kind of involving the people in it in a lot of ways. You could argue that's actually better for the morale of the city itself, involving them in the flame chase journey, whereas Aglaia kind of excluded them from it. Alright. Can I just like teleport up there? Let's go! Thanks for waiting, Dan Heng. Where's he gonna go anyway? The team tasked with conquering Aquila has finally assembled. We've reshaped the history of the world with our hands over and over. I bet this trailblazing expedition could even make Akibili jealous. Let's go home as soon as this battle finishes. Such an exciting adventure March is going to be crying with jealousy. Yeah. So full of energy, comrades. Seems I chose the perfect day. Hyacinth, it's all yours now. Legends tell of the Sky Folk once divided into many tribes. The Sun Folk worshipped the sun, the Rain Folk were devoted to the storms, and the Winter Folk waited for the signs of the snow. Our ancestors lived under Aquila's light, yet they were blinded to all but one color. They forgot that the light that illuminates the world is made of countless different colors. That's why the rainbow is my favorite. For not only does it reflect the many colors, it's also a bridge. And I want to use the rainbow bridge to link everyone's hearts and give hope to every soul on earth. Ancestors, with the rainbow as your guide, lead me back home to the Sky Folk, a land we have not seen for 1,000 years. Oh, we got a proper-ass cutscene. Oh, Rainbow Bridge, please guide us to ascend to the sky once more. Friends, let us soar together. Is this the theater of domination? Certainly has that vibe, doesn't it? Flying along the Rainbow Bridge is truly an amazing experience. The Eye of Twilight. It's the legendary sky fortress of Aquila. I never imagined that one day I'd be able to set foot in it. My ancestors once built a magnificent civilization among the heavens. The Eye of Twilight, which we are standing on, is the home of Aquila, and the heart of the city-state of the clouds. This must be where the hero Celios stood when she challenged Aquila and began the first step on the Flame Chase journey. We are here to end the journey she began. It's our turn to challenge the Titan. Yes, but what we must do will not change no matter how much the legends are true. According to historical records, the civilization that worshipped Aquila once mastered advanced tech, which made their strategically located Sky Castrum the only force that could face Castrum Krymnos head-on in the Crisis War. But they were divided within. The frequent wars started by the Crisis heirs drained their power, especially after the prophecy descended. In the end, they had to hide among the clouds, far from the conflicts raging below. Apparently, the division was between the two most important sky tribes, the Sun Folk and the Rain Folk. And Celios' frustration towards the endless strife among her people made her turn her spear towards the Titan above. Was her attack really that high? After driving the enraged Titan to the brink of defeat with her two winged companions, they all vanished somewhere in the sky. Her achievements were unparalleled, even if later legends exaggerated the details. Yet, she could not end Aquila, nor bring back the core flame of sky. Some say she sealed the wrath of the god within herself, trapping them deep within the Eye of Twilight to support the heavens of Emphorius forever. In other words, she became one with the Titan. I would have considered it a fairy tale, but after seeing what happened with Professor Anaxa, not anymore. As that Titan and that fierce hero, looking down on the world from here for 1,000 years. I don't know, but I suppose so. Makes some sense to me. So quiet here. Been so long, maybe the Eye of Twilight has already turned into ruins. Unlikely. But having a rage thing like that just to break shit is really satisfying. Something's not right. Yeah, you're seeing like breaks in the fucking Matrix back there. I see this. I can kind of feel how big and empty this place is, but all I see is darkness. What's on the other side of this? Maybe it's a celestial mural. The Sky City believes that mural could be connected to Emphorius' sky, and any weather condition depicted on it will become actual weather. The mural would reflect Aquila's shifting mood, like clear skies, fog, snow, or thunderstorms. The sky priests would gather here during peaceful times and pray to the god for warm breezes and good harvests. To put it in words that Gray and Denny would understand, think of it as a massive screen. Got it. Aquila's theme park. In any case, exploring in the dark is never a good option. If we could light up the mural, it might just provide us with the light needed to move forward. That really conspicuous device might be part of the ritual. Let's go take a look. It's dark, so watch your feet. I mean, we could listen to Titan's echoes here in a second. I'm gonna go collect some stuff first, though. Oh, they're like little beetles. That's fun. An enigmatic metal component adorned with star and moon patterns that clearly signify it's belonging to the Eye of Twilight. It's no ordinary object. Bonk. Let's go wander this way. So it's like a big, weird, empty platform room. I guess we listen to Titan Echoes here. Gather storms his wings, hang 1,000 stars his eyes. I beseech you, rend apart the abyss of chaos, that the unyielding may stand and eagles soar beyond the clouds. How about it? Got any leads? Not a bit. I have no idea how to turn it on. If only we had help from the wisdom of those who came before us. That's it, I almost forgot. Great, Memi. Can I borrow your powers? Leave it to the demigod of time. Got it. We just need to find the scattered memory nearby, right? That's simple. Give me a little more time. Feel the flow of time. Over there. And over there. Done. There haven't been many people here for a while, so the traces of time were super obvious. I knew you could do it, Memi. You're a huge help. Alright, what you want? Arrogant sunfolk, the Titan will condemn your brazen disrespect. But Aquila, you that shaped the sky, why do you avoid the pursuit of dark clouds? Are not clear skies and stormy rains equally your creations? The Sunborn see your behavior as an act of favoritism towards them, and weaponize this reason to oppress my people. The Rainfolk will not suffer in silence. O God, if you remain silent, we shall have to forge our own weapons and resist the malice concealed under your brilliance. May the Eye of Twilight never open, and may torrid rains descend forever. Avoid the pursuit of dark clouds? Aquila doesn't like rainstorms? It seems a little hard to believe. We should write down this clue first. Okay. Foolish rainfolk. The great Aquila has already left a mark of their manifestation among the golden clouds. The god's choice is clear. Only we, the Sunborn, are the true heirs of the sky. This war is destined to end in victory of the Sunfolk. May the Eye of Twilight never close. May eternal daylight embrace this land. Left a mark among the golden clouds. It's referring to the celestial mural. We can't see anything right now. It is, as the rumor said, the Sky Castrum was far from united. My guess was right. This venue is indeed where celestial rituals were performed. Many can you retrieve even more memories. No problem. Here goes. Wind, snow, rain, shine. In the name of the sky's 100 eyes, I bring celestial phenomena upon the world. The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe. Awaken, celestial mural. Stop, foolish Cloudborn. How dare you tamper with the celestial globe and distort the weather? This is blasphemy. The Titan bequeathed the celestial globe to our ancestors, so that we could divide the light and dark equally between day and night, so that all things could grow beneath the celestial phenomenon they preferred. But the Sunborn have asserted control over the celestial mural, and now the days are endless, subjugating the land to drought and burning. And you have the gall to accuse the Rainfolk, who you've oppressed? The land, it is our eternal nemesis. How can storm clouds and rain, unloved by Aquila, lead the Skyfolk to victory in the Chrysos War? Your character is as weak as your faith. Go seek out a corner untouched by the sun and weep solitary tears in the shadows. That's all you lot know how to do anyway, cry in silence. And let us show you what we're really made of. You, what are you? What are you trying to do? Fanatics whose minds have been muddled by the heart. Aquila above, meet your demise. Stab that bitch. What a terrifying memory. The brutal internal strife is sad to see. It appears the sky cities didn't fall to external threats at all. So it's Rome. Got it. The Protestant folk saw themselves as divinely chosen, exacting long-standing oppression on other tribes, and the Rain folk suffered beneath them, began resenting the divine, and plotted their retaliation. Common story ever. The blame lies squarely on the Titan's shoulders. I mean, it's not really. I mean, it partially is. But the divine set the stage, and the mortals perform the play. This isn't the first time we've witnessed such a scene while trailblazing. No matter the era, conflict among humans is destined to persist. Having witnessed the actions of kindness and the cleaners, it isn't so hard to understand this piece of history. The resistance did nothing wrong. I can't judge who is right or wrong, but when the box of misfortune is opened, no one escapes unscathed. The hero Celios. How does she view the ancient feud between the Sunfolk and Rainfolk? Legends focus on her god-slaying expedition, but are hazy on the fall of the sky denizens. Perhaps I can piece together the true face of history here. One step at a time. Do you remember the verse that Rainfolk sang high? Perhaps that's the key to unlocking this celestial mural. Yep, I've already memorized it. Now shall we try to wake it up? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the thing. Also, can I still wander down here too? Is there stuff down here? Damn. No chests. How dare. Alright, let's go. Wind, snow, rain, shine. In the name of the sky's 100 eyes, I bring celestial phenomenon upon the world. The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe. Awaken celestial mural. Ooh. So fancy. Golden clouds, blazing radiance. What a breathtaking scene. Look, the mark of their manifestation, mentioned by the memory fragment. Man, Mihalia really loves their big eyeball things, don't they? How chilling. Wonder if Aquila is also watching us. I remember the Rainfolk mentioned the Titan dislikes overcast days. We might be able to use this to our advantage and change how the mark is behaving by changing the weather on the mural. Wouldn't this affect Akama? Don't worry, the mural probably lost its original function ages ago. Akama's light comes from the Dawn device shouldered by Kefali anyway. That being said, there's no power in this device anymore. You have to find another celestial globe if you want to change the weather on the mural. Ah, there, the circular device. I'm quite familiar with it. That's a west wind compass of the Twilight Courtyard. We can use it to create a miniature rainbow bridge to walk on. Who knows, it might even lead us to other areas of the Eye of Twilight. Technology passed down from the Golden Age is finally proving useful. Let's go. Leave the adjustments and calibrations to me. Yeah, this place looks fucking sick. Like, I like this a lot. Let's see, let's look at our map. I want to see what this place looks like on the map. Very, very large. That's what I'm noticing here. I don't know why it's giving me a notification for this. Oh, I can just like teleport over there and back. I guess that's convenient. Alright, shush. I'm depositing things to get rid of the notification. We seem like we're getting pretty close, maybe? We might be like, what, halfway through this patch right now? Something like that? Because I imagine there's the showdown with Aquila, which is going to be like a big thing. And there's going to be whatever happens after that. And that should be like the end of the patch. I thought it was more Egyptian-inspired compared, I much the rest of Emphorius. Yeah, I could see that. About. Oh my god, there's so many things here. I'm gonna go do this now and be done with this while we have a moment to stop. Because I'm probably gonna go to like the toilet here real quick. And then we'll be back briefly. I don't know if we're gonna go all the way to the end or not. I haven't decided. But if we're getting close to halfway, we might be able to, like, put a pin in it and finish it on Wednesday. I have not decided yet, though. Alright, come on. Let me finish putting these things in. Yeah, you're right about halfway. It's a pretty good place to end it. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good spot. So we can come back on Wednesday. We can do the other half of it. Wrap things up, be caught up, and then we can vote on what you guys want me to do as the next step. So, I mean, if we were to say pick up Zenless and make Zenless our thing for Wednesdays, then that would be something we would do until we get caught up with that, which might be another, like, month or two. Obviously, what? Oh, I got excited. What? Of, like, me playing Zenless? You gonna pick up Zenless? I've been thinking about it. Of, like, making it, like, a stream thing. Instead of... Because I don't want to spend any money on it, right? Because I already spent enough money on Impact 3rd. And on this game, too. I've actually dropped Genshin. I don't really have any desire to go back and finish Genshin stuff. I started Natlan, but, like, I don't really want to do any of that. Whereas, like, Zenless... I've always thought that Zenless looked like I would enjoy it. I like the characters. I like a lot of stuff that I've seen of it, little snippets here or there. But the problem that I have is that I feel like I would like it too much. You know? I feel like I would be in a position where I would want to spend money on it. And I don't want to do that because it's going to be like a whole thing. But I do like what I've seen of Zenless does look like I would enjoy it. So I might turn that into like a stream thing. Maybe. I have yet to decide on that one. Alright, come on, Aglaya. I'm gonna clear out your stuff. One of us. Hi, Insane. You've been very quiet. I didn't know you wanted me to play Zenless. You definitely don't need to spend money on Zenless to enjoy it. Lots of story makes Yushi's truckers. I just got here. Uh-huh. You've been missing your points for hours, Insane. Just for that tax. What do you mean? I didn't do nothing wrong here. This was all on you. You did this. I had nothing to do with it. What the fuck? Well, thank you for gifting the 5 subs. I appreciate you doing that. But also, what the fuck? I told you tax. How dare. I appreciate you gifting subs to everybody, though. God, so many. Alright, come on, Hyacinth. I'm gonna read this shit later. Next. Alright, there we go. We've got Hyacinth stuff done. Complete. I'm intrigued that, like, so Aglaya's story is done, so her thing is all the way here. But we still have, like, 1 more point for Midamos, 2 for Castoris, 3 for Cypher, 1 for Tribi, 2 for Anaxagoras. Like, characters who are allegedly dead, they still have stuff we haven't unlocked yet. I'm wondering how the fuck we're supposed to get more of that. I'm not entirely sure. What you want, Mem? I heard that before reaching the end of their life, the followers of Nestia would offer their most beautiful creation. What would that be for Aglaya? Perhaps that is herself. The future of the holy city, perhaps? In any case, it'd be very romantic. The obvious answer is the future of the holy city, I think. Though I haven't seen it yet, it must be just like Aglaya's other works. Golden, beautiful, and warm. Alright. Are all the other stories you've experienced on your journey the same? Always growing more serious, never feeling at ease. I never saw it that way. You're always optimistic. It puts my mind at ease. In any case, I remember all of this in my heart. After all, their stories deserve to be told and retold, right? Sure. If you say so. So, I don't know how we're supposed to unlock, like, the rest of that stuff. But I guess we'll figure it out later. No other achievements here. Teleport back over here to this. Yeah, I think this is a good stopping place. I think we'll pick this back up, and then next stream that we do with this, we will maybe get entirely through the rest of this patch, and we'll see what's going on. So far, I'm pretty intrigued with it. It's been a lot of, like, info dumping on us about the history of, like, Hyacinth's people, but not too much to really, like, you know, go on tangents about just yet, but, like, soon. So for sure, Wednesday, at the latest, we will continue this. We might do it earlier. I'll have to make my schedule next week. We may do this earlier. Be on the lookout for that. Sorry about the hiccup in the middle of that. Weather is kind of bad today, and also Windows is being obnoxious today. But in the meantime, I will see you guys next week with more stuff. We will have the schedule posted hopefully tomorrow after I decide what I'm actually supposed to be doing. And that's that. Excited. I'm very ready for the rest of this. And also Cypher. Bye!